Say what it is, what it ain't, what it might be, family. Listen, a quick word of motivation, inspiration, urban ingenuity, thoughts, theory, and theology. God is. So let's just get that out the way. He's more than a deliverer. He is also a friend. Uh, but I want to drop this warning on you guys. So I'm going to just get straight into it. Don't allow desperation to become your motivation. I'm going to say it again. Don't allow desperation to become your motivation. I perceive that in a very short time, we are going to live in a world full of disillusionment, and people are going to respond very poorly to the disappointment that will become extremely prevalent in the lives of so many people. One of the things that social media has done and the economy has done is leave people with the impression that you can get rich really quickly and all you have to do is start an LLC and then go get a loan. Listen, you can't go get no loan without any assets to potentially borrow against or use as collateral. So just starting an LLC and going into a bank saying, give me some money, that's not happening. Secondly, um, the more fractured we become as a society, the more easy it appears to become successful if you just adhere to a particular formula or subscribe to a particular program. The more, again, people will become disillusioned and extremely disappointed and disconnected from family, friends, and things that are counterintuitive uh, to the most redeeming qualities of our nature. Because we also know that uh, being spiritual beings having human experiences trapped inside this earthen vessel, yeah, this old flesh is going to have its taste and desires associated with the world. But as corruption and influence and negative, unhealthy influence is also prevalent, God is also present. And when we are willing to surrender ourselves and allow ourselves to be conduits, the Spirit of God can then utilize us to expand His glory throughout the world. So allow yourself to be of service. And when you allow yourself to be of service, God will give you everything you need to be able to complete the task, to be able to do the job. So when you make yourself available to be used as a conduit to have a positive impact on other people's lives, God will equip you and give you everything you need to be able to accomplish that task. So you have people who will allow themselves to become fixated on obtaining nice cars or luxury items or things of a superficial materialistic nature. And it's great to have motivations and ambition, but I promise you, most things that we can obtain and acquire in this world or in this lifetime will eventually come with some form of discomfort, because once you obtain something, you also have to labor to sustain it. So yeah, you can get a new car, but technically you can't drive that car without paying insurance. If it's a brand new car, you're gonna have a car note and insurance, and then there's maintenance, and then there's gas. So a lot of the prizes that the world has to offer also become our problems later on down the line. So it's not always about the seed that you're sowing or the harvest that you reap from that sowing. It's also about having the wisdom to know what to do with it once you get it. If God give you $1 million right now, you don't know nothing about $1 million banking, you ain't gonna know what to do with that money. Let alone file and pay the taxes on it, or whatever the challenges may be. But understand this: putting your paycheck in the bank is not the same as managing wealth. Wealth management and having a direct deposit is two different things. So if God was to give you $10 million right now, the majority of us wouldn't even know what to do with it. So all about getting, as the scriptures say, make sure you get an understanding, because the world has a lot to offer. The world has a lot to offer, and you can be a lot of things in this world. But I want to encourage you, before you attempt to try on any other hat, before you try to be anything else, start with being honest with yourself. Stay connected to your brother Demon King on all the popular social networking sites at capital D E M O N D capital KING. Make sure you log on to demonking.com. Check out my art, check out my music, check out my ministry and what God is doing in my life, actually restoring me, because I'm a prodigal son, if I'm gonna be absolutely honest, who didn't prove or made sure that his calling and election was sure. So, I drifted away from ministry and God, and one day I just came to my senses and had an encounter like never before with God. And it's funny because God will restore you to the position you were in before you left, and but give you the wisdom that you acquired or obtained in the absence of your post, of being on your post. And so it's one of those things that definitely will leave you in awe, because if you're honest with yourself, you know your faults, your frailties in the areas of your life where you may be weak or unworthy. Um, but that's the nature of God. He is righteous and just to forgive. So being merciful is something that we have to also adorn in our character. Seeking God requires us to have mercy and give or extend to each other grace. So go forgive your friend, man. Go call your daddy. Go tell your mama you apologize. You know what I mean? Take the barriers off your heart, man. Again, stay connected to your brother, and remember, you don't have to live the rest of your life living and feeling unqualified. Liberate yourself.